Hello over there and welcome to lesson 4 of module 1. And in our previous lesson 3 we looked at the history and the evolution of the World Wide Web. In this particular lesson we look at the client-server communication model and see what it is and how it operates. So the client-server communication model is the main communication model that is used on the web. So if there are any devices communicating over the web, then the communication model they're using is the client-server model. And this is the computing model, as we said, where two computers communicate on the web or the World Wide Web. In this communication model, we have two pairs of the devices. We have the client computer or the client device, and we have the server computer or the server device. So the server computer is the computer or the device that hosts the website or hosts the data or hosts the web page. Any of the three is okay. The client computer is the computer that views that website in the browser. So you could say that your computer that you're using to view this tutorial right now is the client computer because you're viewing this using some YouTube web page, and the server that is storing this video is the server. So what happens in this communication module? So the client sends the request to the server requesting for some web page or some content, and the server is going to send back the response with that content. So there are three steps involved in this communication module. One is that the client sends the request to the server requesting for some web page or some content on the server. The server processes that request, and if that content exists, the server sends back the response with that content to the client. The client takes that response and display that content in the web browser. Alright, and please note that this is the main, in a modern web development, this is the main architecture that underlies full stack apps. So when you're developing your full stack applications, you are likely going to have the client application, and you're also going to have the server application which contains the data or the API. So as we start our full stack development, we will develop our client using React framework, and we are going to develop our server using Express library. Alright, in the next slide you're going to see the diagram representing this communication model, where we have the clients on this end. The client could be a laptop, a tablet or mobile phone or a desktop, and then the server which stores the content here. This server could be connected to the database. Maybe the server is persisting some data in the database, and the client sends the request to the server requesting for some content. The server fetches that content from the database and sends it back to the client, and then the client displays that in the browser. So the main tool we use in the client side to view the content is the browser. Alright, so this is all about this particular lesson, and thank you for joining, and see you in the next lesson.